this is Emily Lenina with TV Insider, and I'm here virtually with Harry Lloyd of Peacock's Brave New World, who plays Bernard Marx. So this is just such an iconic text. It's such a long time coming to finally see this on television. I'm so excited for it to come out. But what was your relationship with the original book? When did you first read it?
I first read the book when I'd already got the part, which
Oh.
I was a bit ashamed of, especially because everyone in America had to read it at high school.
Mm-hmm.
I studied English until into my 20s. I never read it.
Wow.
But so when I read this script, I just thought, I don't know how much is original and how much is borrowed, but what a story and what a world.
Definitely. Now, how is your Bernard any different than the regular? He seems pretty spot on, but are there any differences that we'll see throughout?
Yeah, so at its heart, Bernard in the book and Bernard in the series have something in common. They're alpha pluses, but there's something, it doesn't quite fit. He's not an alpha plus in a world where nothing is wrong. In the book, he's shorter than everyone else, and people say that there was some alcohol poisoning in his embryonic rearing. In our one, I'm kind of 6 foot, so we didn't do that. But there's something wrong with him, and he can't put his finger on it, and that's kind of where he begins. But they're both quite weak men in some ways, and that they are. He can be quite kind of shallow and hypocritical and jealous and quite childish, which are things that don't exist in this society. But he's also incredibly earnest and vulnerable and really wants to do the right thing. He's very confused.
Yeah, and almost immediately in the show, we're going to see him and Lenina kind of meet and have this very interesting scene right off the bat in episode 1, where he's kind of scolding her for not falling in line. But then we learn that he himself is struggling with this and having his own doubts. And that's almost something that I think they're going to bond over.
Yeah, this is Bernard to a T, set up right at the start. He tells Lenina how to be a better beta plus, and monogamy is not something that we can incorporate in our society. So take a pill and go and have some casual sex, and this will all be over. Okay, let's move on. That's Bernard. And yet we learn quite soon, has himself been off network and private and not having sex with everybody, and there's something wrong with him. So it's natural that him and Lenina find each other as the two kind of lost souls.
Definitely. Now, you're coming from shows like Game of Thrones. Did you ever think that you were going to be on a show with more nudity than Game of Thrones? I mean, honestly, it's kind of impressive.
I'd been looking for a while, and I hadn't found one. Yeah, I mean, what's the great? I mean, that's one of the best things about doing these kind of shows is the artistry, the detail of these enormous sets and props. I remember walking past tents in Game of Thrones of hundreds of swords and helmets, and here you go into a thing and see hundreds of these kind of enormous costumes in these sets that they just kept building, these enormous invented design sets, which are all some of the Industrial Light and Magic cityscape. The city itself was designed by a competition winner in Hong Kong who had designed a city where water was the main energy source. It's ridiculous. And in that first scene with Lenina, when she's walking towards me, I could see on an AD's iPad her walking towards me, and the green screen filled in already with New London live. As she walks towards me, he puts it away and she walks into the scene, and we do that first scene.
That's awesome.
That is unnecessarily cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The show is a little different from the book because it's being told through Lenina's perspective as opposed to Bernard, but Bernard's along with her for a lot of the ride. What were your thoughts on that difference?
To be honest, because I read the first scripts first, I didn't really feel like the TV series or the book had a single kind of point of view narrative. They both kind of dot around. I feel that the book is even more kind of removed. You start off with Mustafa Mondin, this kind of class, and you meet Henry Foster. I guess you get most inside the head of Bernard, I suppose, in the book. And in ours, I really think when it settles down, it's very much about the three of them and about this strange kind of triangle relationship that they have. But I guess to begin with, Lenina is the most accessible. When you get inside her head, I think the best first, because Bernard is still kind of resisting it somewhat.
Right.
And as you'll see in the first episode, he has a little journey to go on. But she is already at the point where she's having these monogamous relationships, and she's testing something, and she's like the audience will be like, something's not right in this world, which we are all well aware. And she's just coming to join us.
Yeah, definitely. Now, did you guys all just have like these insane philosophical conversations on set all the time? Because like I feel like I don't know if I'd be able to. Yeah.
Oh, all the time. Well, to be honest, no, the thing that me and Alden ingested the most on like stuff like night shoots when you just got to stay awake. Alden had this game called Convergence, where you have to say a random word at the same time, and then you have to think of a word that connects those two words, and then you have to kind of keep saying it until you say the same word. And it's just one of those like 3 a.m. games, but it's like deeply addictive, and that kept us sane in the wee hours.
Nice. That sounds like something that would keep you.
I mean, it's like campfire stuff. Yeah,
definitely. Now, is there anything else about the show, the world, this just incredible scope that we're about to see that you can tease for viewers?
Yeah, I think if you read the book and resented it at high school because you had a tough time with it for whatever reason, the TV show it starts off, it's easygoing. I think it's silly. It moves on at a good pace, but you don't have to have it all understand all the rules for you to make sense of the characters and what they're doing. And silly is strangely a word that I wasn't thinking about too much when I was doing it. But when I watched it, I enjoyed that part of it. There's a lightness to it. And it's, there's something a bit ironic about it. But it's really exciting. I'm very proud of it.
Definitely. Well, awesome. I'm so excited for the world to see it. Brave New World, all 9 episodes are going to be on Peacock on July 15th. So go check it out.
Thanks, Emily.
Yeah, thank you so much.